Hello, friends. If revolutions were romantic novels, the new economic policy, NEP, would be that awkward chapter where the fiery revolutionary protagonist suddenly gets sensible and starts paying bills. By 1921, Lenin, once the poster boy for radical change, realized that you can't run a country on ideology alone. With Russia's economy in tatters and people either starving or rebelling, or both, it was time for a reality check. Let me paint the picture. War communism, the Bolsheviks' radical economic policy during the Civil War, had basically turned Russia into a giant dystopian experiment. The state had seized everything: factories, farms, and even small businesses. Peasants were forced to hand over their grain, and if they resisted, they were labeled traitors or counter-revolutionaries. Food shortages became the norm, cities emptied out, and black markets thrived because at least there, you could still get a potato without filling out revolutionary paperwork. Then came the Kronstadt Rebellion, a slap in the face from the very sailors who once helped the Bolsheviks seize power. Their rebellion made it clear, even the most loyal revolutionaries were fed up with Bolshevik policies. Lenin, ever the pragmatic revolutionary, knew it was time to hit the brakes before the entire revolution derailed. So in March 1921, at the 10th Party Congress, Lenin announced the new economic policy, or NEP. And just like that, communist Russia suddenly got a bit capitalist. Under the NEP, the state loosened its iron grip, allowing small businesses and private trade to reopen. Farmers were finally allowed to sell their surplus in local markets rather than hand it over to the government for a pittance. Basically, it was, you can keep your potatoes, just pay us some tax. The government also encouraged foreign trade and investment, hoping to breathe some life into the suffocating economy. And guess what? It worked. Like pouring water on a parched field, the NEP revived agriculture and small-scale industry. Food production increased, and famine conditions slowly eased. Cities started to recover as markets buzzed back to life. The policy brought stability to a starving, war-ravaged nation, and the Bolsheviks could finally stop worrying about rebellions every other Tuesday. But the NEP was a bitter pill to swallow for hardline communists. To them, it felt like a betrayal of Marxist ideals. After all, the revolution was supposed to crush capitalism, not flirt with it. Lenin, however, was blunt. He called the NEP a temporary retreat, a tactical step back to ensure they could move forward. Basically, he was saying, let's patch the boat before it sinks, then we can get back to rowing towards communism. However, the NEP didn't solve everything. While it stabilized the economy, it widened the gap between peasants and urban workers. Farmers, with their new profits, began to prosper, while factory workers in the cities were still struggling with low wages and poor living conditions. This created resentment and tension. Moreover, while the NEP brought short-term relief, it also created long-term dilemmas. The revival of private trade and small capitalism meant that the rich peasants, kulaks, gained more wealth, sparking new class tensions. For many Bolsheviks, this half-capitalist system felt like a betrayal of the revolution they had fought so hard for. And Lenin? Well, he didn't get to see the full consequences of the NEP. By late 1921, his health was in sharp decline. The once fiery and relentless revolutionary was now plagued by strokes and fatigue, leaving him weaker by the day. As he faded from public life, the fate of the NEP and the revolution itself would soon be in the hands of others. But what were Lenin's final thoughts? As he grappled with illness, he also pondered the future of the Bolshevik state and the man who might succeed him. His relationship with Stalin grew increasingly tense, and his warnings about Stalin's growing power would echo for generations. But that, my friends, is a story for next time.